Valentine's Day again, in it. Yes, it's nearly February the 14th, where we mark the words of St. Valentine, who of course was the patron saint of punching greengrocers in the teeth. Unfortunately, his message has been sort of lost and diluted over the years, so instead, we have romantic stuff instead. Look, I have decorated with inflatable balloons vaguely shaped like the classic media depiction of a heart. Not like an actual heart, which is like a sort of tall lump with a load of tubes sticking out of it. Isn't it beautiful? I'm wondering if I should have inflated them a bit more, actually, because they've ended up with these sort of nipple-like protrusions there and look slightly too much like breasts in order to be comfortable in the background. And which is ironic, because before I blew them up, they looked like this, which looks like another part of the anatomy entirely. I bought these from a shop called Tiger, incidentally, which does like European import stuff, and yeah, they actually had like a splitter for headphones that was supposedly heart-shaped, and that looked even more like testicles than that does. But amazingly, I bought them, and now I can't find them. I think I must have somehow not put them in the bag, or lost them on the way home, or something bloody ridiculous. That's a pound I'll never see again. Speaking of a pound, what did Poundland have in this year? Well, for lovers of the silent sea, there's the Love Hunt game. Blindfold, handcuffs, and signs. A copy of the film with Mel Gibson in, which is about aliens that they get rid of with water or something. So you can see some shitty, cheap sub-cowboys and Indians dress-up stuff from the 1980s kind of manacles going. Oh my god, they're actually even worse than I thought they'd be. Right, that's going to be fun, isn't it? So I hadn't actually looked at the signs. They just say this way. So it's supposed to make your lover go up to the bedroom via the use of angular arrow signs, and then they can find that you've left the handcuffs on the bed as a final insult as you leave them. Juego de Casa del Amor. What does that mean? Game of the House of Love. House of Love. Love house game. That's actually, I'm not even sure that is house. That's casa, isn't it? I don't know. I'm confused now. But I'll tell you what. That's the world's longest bloody barcode, isn't it? My God. Dun, 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 dun. What is that? Is that for very lazy cashiers? I can't be bothered to move the reader over here. Bing! My prayers have been answered. And suddenly I talk posh. Right. This is going to be extremely disappointing, isn't it? Well, it was only a pound. So, these are looking... if there was a scale of expensive this end and cheap that end, it would be off the scale so far. I think it would probably be in Wales. Right. So this is supposed to sit up like that. Oh, I see, and you put the old... Well, that's nice and simple, isn't it? Slot that in there, and it's too weak to actually support its own weight. Yep, a flaccid sign on the way to the love nest. The irony is horrendous. Right, get rid of all that. Here's the... Oh, good God. Yep, that's a pretty cheap mask. I don't like the way it has a bit for covering the nose to stop the light coming in, so it'd be a bit more effective if it was being used on like an 80s game show or something, but... Seriously, guys, no, it's the crap police cuffs. My dogly goodness. Right. These are going to be the cheapest things ever, aren't they? I think these have got to be just worn for effect, shall we say. So the lock, yep, it comes in and out like that, right. Oh, no, it's stuck. Hang on. Dun, 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 dun. It's not really done anything because it's so horribly cheap. Right, never mind. We can do the Houdini routine now. So I don't think these will fit over my wrists. They look absolutely bloody tiny. Ow! No. They are... Yeah. Oh no, I've got it. It's completely pinching the skin and is incredibly painful. But other than that small problem... there we are. Oh no, I can't reach the keys. I'm sure this will be hard to escape from. Oh, it is already broken. Look at that. Astonishing. Well, your criminals aren't going to be kept safe with those, so let's use them only for novelty love purposes, because I'm sure that's what everybody's looking forward to on Valentine's Day. Incredibly cheap children's toys that break at the first sign of a light breeze. A light breeze which will, of course, blown over all your this way signs, but hey, at least you can't see it. Right, next, Love Fest. Big diamond ring. The bigger the better. Rings, that is. You get a ring and a free bagel. Amazing. Ages 12 plus. That's a very high age. How shit is this going to be? Is it just going to crumble into extremely poisonous dust or something? So I suppose the joke is, haha, I have not bought you a real ring. I've bought you this incredibly cheap made in China thing, which is so huge that it's ludicrous and You know, the gem lump of plastic stuck in it is actually completely flat. They've even wimped out and given you much plastic. But with the use of some sort of reflective surface, it looks a bit deeper from the top. Well, there we are. Can't really see the point of this one, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, it's obviously a gag thing, but it's more likely to make you gag than laugh, I think, to be brutally honest. I don't understand the principle behind it. Look, it's a big, cheap ring. You'd probably like a real one, wouldn't you? Well, fuck you, you've got this. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't worry, we'll make everything better with this heart splat ball. Oh, thank God. I thought we weren't going to have a heart splat ball, but there it is. Reforms back to shape with years of therapy. My God, every language in the world is covered there. Can we find English? Yes, heart splat ball. Reforms back to shape. The effect may wear off if dust or dirt collects on the product. Wash it to get back the splat function. Do not throw too hard and avoid sharp edges as the product may burst. Oh, God. I don't like that bursting on the sofa. This thing's in bad enough shape as it is. Right. Ugh. Do not want. It's all sticky and awful. Yeah, and filled with some sort of fluid. Heart fluid. Or blood, as we call it in the trade. Yeah, so you throw it really hard at things and it goes splat, and then goes on the wall, and then goes down the wall, and leaves like a very faint oily residue on the wall that discolours the paint and never actually wears off. Yep, we've come across this stuff before. Yeah, that's just really unpleasant. Also, it's got a weird hole-type plug in the back. They've obviously sort of put the fluid in and then patched it up. Ugh. Yeah, it's just awful. But what would you do with this? Why would this be romantic in any way? It'd be quite useful if you wanted to suck the romance out of a situation. You just throw it in somebody's face really hard and it'd splat and they'd get really angry, and then any loving would be off the cards, wouldn't it? Or you could just leave it on the floor for them to step on barefoot, which would be a deeply unpleasant experience. This whole thing is just unpleasant and I don't really want it in my hands anymore. You go over there and we'll pretend you never existed until that short period where you go from sofa to bin and then never seen again. Well, need some suggestions now, because frankly all we've had is testicle balloons that become tit balloons, shitty toys and a horrible splat thing. This is a very weak Valentine's Day so far, but don't worry, Tiger will save us with this roll of love tickets designed with Heart in Denmark. Heart being a murderer who works in Denmark designing stupid things. Right. Like Prince, he just explains himself as a symbol so the police don't catch him as easily. So I suppose the idea here is you can give out one of these hilarious love tickets and then renege on your promise later as all the love drains out of your life or whatever. Oh, blimey, this is a bit ripped. Right, one movie night. There we are. You've got to see a movie with me now, Heart. It's going to be amazing. What else have we got then? One homemade dinner prepared with a big beef heart. My favourite. Free kiss. Does that imply that you normally get charged for them? Because there's something wrong with your relationship if that's working. One heart hug. Yep. A heart hug is where somebody smashes through your chest cavity and squeezes your heart until you die. So I'd hang on to that one if I were you, or destroy it in some manner. One big fat kiss. And they've written kiss on lips, just to make sure you know what a kiss is. One movie night again. One homemade dinner prepared with Heart. Free kiss. One hang on, they've looped already. There's a new... Oh no, sorry, it's one homemade dinner again. Is that... Oh, no. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. Look out, many of your products are shite. Right, in that case, we're going to bring back the classic romantic heart. Dun 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 dun. Now it's really Valentine's Day. More than 100 challenges for pure romance. Right, so we're going to pick out 4 of these at random, and you have to do them with your beloved other. And we pick them out with tweezers, because they're covered in anthrax. Right, let's have this one first. Love suggestion. Go, go, go. Write several notes with endearing texts and date them. Hide them so your partner discovers them in unusual places, like inside a prostitute. Next. This one. Oh no, I can't get it. Ah, that one. There we are. Plan a date for a romantic day out with your partner. Your challenge is to make a truly romantic and therefore unforgettable day. Oh, I suggest going to the zoo when it's closed so you can stand outside in the rain. That's always a good one. Next, I'll pick one from around here. I hope I haven't done any of these before. I haven't got bloody clues, and I do it once a year. Go on then. Ask your partner what made her or him laugh until she or he cried recently, and say afterwards when you did and why. Right, I think I've got my head around that. So you have to ask your partner what last made them laugh until they cried recently, and then say when that thing similarly happened to you. Top tip, do not say when I first saw you naked. It doesn't go down well. Go on then, let's have the fourth. This one, yes, on it. What is it? Buy or go and get your partner's favourite candy and give it to her, him as a gift. Well, my girlfriend's diabetics. That's not very bloody useful, is it? Do you know what? I'm going to go for a fifth. I'm going to go for one you would... Nobody'd ever pick the one in the corner, would they, generally? So what is going on here? No, I don't want the Spanish in the back. Get your partner to guide you on a walk in the dark. I understand why that one was in the corner. They don't want anybody to bloody go for it because it's ridiculous. Oh well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Valentine's Day's over now.
Subscribe for more.